Is kanji kicking you square in the pants? Then you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end. Hey guys, this is Donald with thejapanguide.com, and it's time for another review. Before we kick off today's video, please don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can find out when fresh new Japan Guide content comes out. Today, we're going to talk about one of my go-to kanji books. We're going to talk about the Kodansha Kanji Learner's Course, a step-by-step guide to mastering 2300 characters by Andrew Scott Conning. By the end of this video, you're going to know the ins and outs of the Kanji Learner's Course, the pros, the cons, the details, and of course, whether or not it's the right kanji book for you. Now, do I know 2300 kanji characters? Probably not. But am I becoming more confident every single day with my kanji reading skills? You bet. And I think the Kodansha Kanji Learner's Course has had a hand in that. And that being said, let's take a look at some of the pros of the Kanji Learner's Course. Pro number 1, the Kanji Learner's Course is simple and straightforward. Don't expect any real tricks or twists to this book, guys. It's a very straightforward, very logical approach to acquiring more kanji knowledge. Pro number 2, crazy useful appendices and indices. I think it's really common for the Kodansha brand to have really useful things at the back of their books, and the Kanji Learner's Course is no different. For example, like there's a table about commonly confused kanji, like ones that look really similar. There's one about there are kanji that are commonly used in names, country kanji, changes to the Joyo kanji, just all kinds of great stuff that you can find in the back. Pro number 3, sticky mnemonics and simple keywords. Now, if you're not familiar with what a mnemonic is, let's take a look at a quick definition. This is a Google definition. Mnemonic, a system such as a pattern of letters, ideas, or associations which assists in remembering something. I think the mnemonics and the keywords are the KLC's secret sauce. This book has some mnemonics that have been in my brain literally for years. For example, the kanji for mukashi and the kanji for kawaii, they are emblazoned in my brain because of the mnemonics I learned from the Kanji Learner's Course. Number 4, easy search. You can search for symbols by the reading, so if you know the onyomi or kunyomi, you can find it that way. You can search by radical, or you can search by stroke count, and it makes it really, really convenient. And the easier you can quickly find those symbols, the better, right? When we think about great textbooks like Genki, or the Kanzen Master Series, or Nihongo Somatome, or Kanji in Context, these are great books because they're broken down into structured units, and you can get some structured practice. It's like adding order to chaos. The Kanji Learner's Course feels more like a dictionary or reference book than an actual course. Although the Kanji Learner's Course does give you some very clear steps to follow on how to proceed through the book, you kind of have to be disciplined enough to add the structure for yourself. And that can be a little bit tough, especially when you're considering it's something as detailed and as intricate as learning 2300 kanji. And as far as I can see, there are no units or sections. And that kind of sucks because it's billed as the Kodansha Kanji Learner's Course, and it doesn't really feel like one. So that title can be a little bit misleading. My second con for the KLC is that some of the explanations don't stick. You have to take this con with a grain of salt because I did mention as one of the pros that great mnemonics and keywords are the secret sauce of Kodansha, and that's true. I do think there are far more great mnemonics and keywords than bad ones, but there are ones that don't stick. At least they didn't stick for me. With some mnemonics and explanations, it feels like they're reaching a little bit, and with those, it makes them harder to commit to memory. And my third con is graphemes versus radicals. One of my hangups about this book is that Conning mentions the word graphemes a lot. I think he calls them contrastive graphical units. The hell does that even mean? To me, the line between these graphemes and the actual radicals gets pretty fuzzy. Personally, I'm not really looking for a history lesson on why kanji are the way they are or their traditions as semantic roots. I just want to learn how to read them better. know that's not everybody, but that's me. Time for a quick flip through. So let me just show you some of the features that are inside of the Kanji Learners course. It's important to know what you're looking at when you flip to each of the entries, so this explanation of how they work is important. You also have how to study the kanji, along with Kanning's 12-step, step-by-step method. And these are what the entries look like. Just a general breakdown, you have this symbol. You'll find the radical over here. The keywords to help you remember what it means. A mnemonic. And these are some common compounds. And speaking of compounds, there's an appendix to help you understand compounds better, along with one for grapheme meanings, and one showing you a summary of the Joyo kanji and the changes to it. You'll also find both a radical index and a readings index, so you can find the kanji that you're looking for. And if you ever forget how to find a kanji, just look in the back flap and it tells you how to look them up. The Kodansha Kanji Learners course cost me 3,400 yen, or at the time of this recording, $30.69 US. The KLC is for the person who needs a kanji boost. I'd also say the KLC is for the person who's had some kanji exposure, but you're having trouble remembering the kanji that you come across. And this is a big one. I think the KLC is for the person who gets similar kanji symbols confused. I know that happens to me a lot. The KLC is not for you if you're not self-driven. Like I mentioned before, there are no units or sections really in this book, besides like index, big block of 2,300 characters, and then like your appendices and things. It's a lot of information to get through, and if you don't have the discipline to create that structure, it might not be the best kanji book for you. Admittedly, I haven't even been through the entire thing. As a course, I do feel like the Kodansha Kanji Learners course lacks a few things. And because of that, as a course, I would give it a C-. But if we're talking about it as a reference book, which is kind of how I use it, I'd give it a very respectable B. So I do think it's worth having. I really like how Japan sometimes uses some of its most famous anime characters and video game characters to promote some real-world stuff. And in this case, they're using the super popular Luffy from One Piece to promote an energy jelly. And I can't get enough of these things. These things are like crack. I mean, not that I smoke crack or anything. You know what? I'm just going to give you a real-world example of how the KLC might work. So we're going to focus on the two symbols in the red box here. And if you can't read what these kanji symbols are, don't worry about it. You can see the little small hiragana symbols called furigana right next to it. So it's kaizoku. I ended up looking for the bottom symbol first because it's a little more obscure to me. So here's what I found. Since we know we're looking for zoku, we can go straight to the readings index at the back of the book. And then what do? Once you find the Zo column, just do a quick eye scan and you look down to find Zoku. And when we look a little more closely, we find out that our symbol is number 1231, and we flip to it. In this case, a simple solitary keyword. This symbol means bandit. And if you look over on the right, it actually has the full kanji compound, which means pirate. So just to give you a little context to that, the first symbol that you saw in Kaizoku means sea, and the second symbol means bandit, so a bandit of the sea is a pirate, just like Luffy of One Piece. And just keeping it real, guys, you aren't going to lug this book onto a train and be like, oh, let me open it and try to figure out what this means. No, your phone's going to be much better to find things quickly like that. The benefit of something like the Kanji Learners course
is that once you flip to a symbol, it's not just going to give you the basic definition. It's giving you mnemonics that help you to memorize what pieces of a kanji symbol are. So instead of just having to go back into a dictionary over and over again, you're able to store what this kanji means because of the mnemonic, and you're able to store it for future use.
Well, gang, let's wrap up today's review on the Kodansha Kanji Learners course. I always enjoy doing these because it gives me a chance to go back and review. If you enjoyed this video, or you found it useful, or both, please don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. If you want to see a more detailed review of the Kanji Learners course, I've written an article over on thejapanguy.com, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. For those of you learning Japanese, if you're looking for a community of other Japanese learners just like you, please join us over at Japanese Mavericks. We'd love to have you. And I've included a nice little freebie for those of you who join, so I'll just let you guys check that out. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I sincerely appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.
What Japanese resource should I review next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, okay?